How's it going, guys? My name is Jerry with Aesthetic Auto Detailing. Today we're here at my fleet account in Ontario for the special needs school, and we're going to talk about how to become a full-time detailer.
All right, Jerry, for people that don't know, how long have you been detailing?
7 years now.
How long have you been a full-time detailer?
I would say maybe 5 years.
5 years. All right, man. And then what are you going to cover today?
Today we're going to cover how I became a full-time detailer, and I'm just going to let you guys know the things that I wish I knew to make it easier for you guys.
All right, Jerry. People want to know, man, new detailers. What's the first tip you have for them to become a full-time detailer?
I would say don't be quick to leave your job, because obviously that's where you're making your money to pay your bills, pay anything that you need. Obviously, if you're going to become a full-time detailer, you're probably doing it on the side, part-time. I would highly suggest to make sure you've at least got some regular clients, you've got some steady income, because if you just hurry up and leave, and obviously it's good to believe in yourself, and it's good to dream and think all right, my business is going to pop off, but you got to be real also, because you need to make sure that you're getting those bills paid. So at least have some money saved up, have some clients, locked down already, and then just go full speed into it.
When did you know you needed to make that jump? How many clients did you have? How much were you making? What was your...
Well, I realized that I was making my 2-week check and 1 weekend detailing. So that was a big sign for me. And then I was just very depressed with my job. I didn't like it. I was over it. There are just some people you don't like working with, It's just, you're going to find that everywhere. You're going to find people to where they think I'm really good at the job, but if I wanted to, I could get all this stuff done, and they don't. It's just, I hated hearing that, bro. I'm just big on consistency. Just get it done. Bust ass every day.
Hey, man, you don't got to say the name, but what type of job were you working before?
I was in the kitchen for a big wing place.
All right, Jerry, here's the second tip. I would like you to talk about experience. There's some new detailers that think they know everything, they're pros. There's some detailers that don't feel they're good enough. What's your advice for that?
I would say with that, just to trust yourself. I've always been the one that, I'm not gonna say I don't trust myself or believe in myself, but I've never been one to think that I know it all. I've always known that there's many different ways you can do certain things. There's always something that you can learn, or there's even always somebody that's better than you. So that's why, I did a whole lot of research on the internet, a lot of YouTube University, and then I did a lot of trial and error also. If I wanted to try a new technique or a new chemical or something, I always tried it on my own vehicles first, because obviously you don't want to mess up a client's vehicle. So that's how I learned.
Now, to go full time, do you feel someone needs to be good enough, or they need to be perfect at detailing?
You know what? I would say good enough, because you're never going to be perfect. Never going to be perfect. You just got to start going, and then obviously, that saying, you don't know what you don't know. Once you start doing stuff like that, you start working on clients, you're going to come across clients that want different things, different services. That's what you're going to get out of your comfort zone to start learning.
Hey, what was your first stump a customer gave you where you're like, you're asking me for this? I'm not 100% confident in it, but I'll give it a shot. Do you remember?
Bro, yeah, you know what? It was a clay bar. I was scared to use a clay bar, bro.
Wait, how did the customer know about the clay bar? Because a lot of customers don't know about that.
Well, some people, they do research, and then they ask me, what is a clay bar? And I was familiar with it, but I never did it at the time. So, I kind of had told them I don't really do it. I'll give it a try if you don't mind. And they're like, oh yeah, that's cool. Luckily, it was a family friend, and he had some detailing experience. He lived in Miami for a couple years, and that's what he did when he lived out there. And he showed me a different way of doing it, and it was actually way faster than what I was doing already. So, yeah, it was just a great experience, and I actually adopted his way of doing it.
There you go. Yeah. Now, last question on this topic is, for detailers, fake it till you make it, or be straight up with the customer and say, I don't know this, I'll give it a shot.
You know what? you got to know when to call that, because I've done a couple of fake it till you make it, and it ends up going well, and I'm like, all right, cool. And then there's certain things that are kind of like, if you do it wrong, you're gonna mess it up. So I've been real about it, and the client appreciates it. They're like, you know what, I appreciate your honesty. No problem, I'll contact somebody.
Okay, Jerry, now we're gonna talk about the profit. So when you were first starting out, what's an average good day for you as a new detailer going full time?
Well, about I would say 7 to 5 years ago, I was happy with making like $100 a day. Because when I first started, and this was part-time, so it was my friend, my buddy, my brother, and maybe even my cousin. We were doing like 10-hour days, man. We were working on boats, jet skis, an Escalade, a Tacoma, and my prices weren't right at all. And I'm pretty sure the client was aware of that, because by the time we finished, we were only making about like $250 for that day. And then after I split up all the money, like all of us were only making like $40, bro. It was really, really sad. I'm embarrassed about it, but my brother, my buddies, my cousin, we all laugh about it nowadays, because it's kind of like, look at how I started off compared to how I am now, you know? So it's something to, you know, learn from my mistakes, if anything, because I wasn't confident in pricing. I wasn't confident in my work either, so I was scared to like charge a lot of money. But you know what? With time, you get used to that stuff, and you just gotta make sure that you're getting paid for your labor, getting paid for your products, and gas. And if you're getting all of that, and then some, then you're definitely making a profit.
Profit-wise, what's a good day now? Or back then? I know you said $100 profit back then was a great day.
Yeah.
How about now? Still the same, or?
No. So today, now, it varies, but it's a whole lot better. Sometimes I have some days where I make a couple thousand a day. It just really depends on the job. On average, I'll probably make, I don't know, $500-800, and I'm only spending, I gotta pay some labor, you know, to the guys. And then the rest of it, I just invest back into the business. So, you know, a lot of people think like, oh man, you're making a lot of money, but you just got to keep, if you believe in the business, you got to keep on putting back into the business, and eventually you're going to see that pay off. And that's what I'm working on right now.
Now, there's some detailers out there who get excited because they make $200, $400 in a day, but then they realize they need gas.
Yeah.
They need to reinvest into chemicals. Their own bills.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, they don't have enough. What's your advice for those detailers in that moment who are in that situation? Tough it out, raise your prices, find another source of income while you grow this. What would you say?
All of the above. It's okay to find another source of income. That's always great. Multiple streams of income is great. Definitely raise your prices, but also I would say reevaluate the services that you're offering. And be real with yourself. Are you providing great work? Because if you provide great work, you have great reviews, great referrals, the people are never gonna complain about paying the prices that you charge them. So that's where I'm kind of at the moment. I would highly recommend to just be real with yourself and see what you need to do. This is why I'm very appreciative to you guys with YouTube and to yourself, Reyes, because YouTube has helped my business grow a lot. If I didn't take the leap of faith and, you know, be transparent and ask you guys like, hey, what do you guys think? You guys helped me out a lot. You know, if we always ask like, hey, what do you guys think? What would you guys do? And you guys are honest with me. And I appreciate that stuff because it helps me grow as an individual and a business.
Now, last question on this topic is, what do you got to tell those new detailers that are going into detailing for the money? They see all these Instagram influencers saying, oh, I have to make $1,500 in a day detailing. Is that the right mindset?
Don't do it.
Nah.
Don't do it, because it's not, you know, it's not all rainbows and sunshine all the time. You know, you're gonna come across some difficult clients. You know, it's hot. If you can't deal with the heat, and if you're ready, don't like detailing, but you're doing it for the money, you're doing it for the wrong reason, every little mishap, or you know, if you're uncomfortable, it's not gonna the cons are gonna outweigh the pros, you know, because you're doing it for the wrong reasons. So I would say just find something else to do, honestly. I mean, I feel like a lot of the detailers that do it, they do it because they're passionate about what they do, they love what they do, and it's like one of those things where, like they say, find something that you love doing, so when you're doing it, it doesn't feel like you're working. And that's exactly what I do. I love what I do and I get paid for it, you know? That's why I don't mind working 6-7 days a week, because I love what I do.
Me too, Jerry, me too. I love recording people.
Yeah,
I love sharing knowledge. Look at this.
Exactly. All right, guys, so those are some tips that I have to becoming a full-time detailer. If you guys have anything that you would like to add to it, contribute to the video, let me know down in the comments below, and let's talk about it. And let me know, guys, what kind of videos would you like to see? Let me know down in the comments below. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay blessed.